Always great talking to my next guest. Edmen Shahbazyan is going to be taking on Derek Brunson in the co-main event of UFC Fight Night on August 1st. Edmen, how's it going, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. This kind of feels like deja vu. I feel like we talked about you fighting Derek Brunson before. Is third time finally the charm here? I know this has been rebooked a few times.
Yeah. Third time's going to be the charm, no doubt about it. I believe so.
Was there any other opponents offered in between there, or was Brunson always the guy you wanted to fight?
There was another opponent offered in between, like for the July card. We accepted him. He was a top 6 guy, so we accepted it. But I guess their team didn't accept us, so and then they offered Brunson again. We're like, let's do it they said for August. We're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm glad to see this fight rebooked. I really like the matchup. Before we get into that, I got to talk about UFC 251. Did you watch the card? If so, what did you think?
Well, for sure. I watched it from the first fight on. I watched the whole thing. From 3 to, over here time, it was 3 o'clock until 11 o'clock. I watched it. So 8 hours of watching fights. Yeah, it was a good card. It was fun, you know. It was fun to watch, and there was some exciting fights in it for sure.
And a little bit of controversy too. A lot of people felt like that Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski fight was went the wrong way. How did you score that fight, and do you think it was a robbery?
Yeah, I think it was a robbery. I had a 3-2 for Holloway for sure. I think he won 3 rounds to 2, no doubt. So I for sure 1 and 2, and then 3 was close, and then 3, 4, 5 were 5 was Volkanovski. It was between 3 and 4. I gave Holloway, I don't know. A lot of people give him 3, but I gave him kind of like 4. I gave 4 to Holloway and then 3rd to Volk. I don't know.
No, interesting. No, I like the assessment here. I've been asking all the fighters about that fight because obviously a lot of different scorecards on that one. Let's get back to you though. I know being in California, the whole COVID stuff is still going on and everything. How has that impacted you, especially because it seems like they're still figuring things out?
Yeah, you know, they recently, like a couple of days ago, announced they're gonna do like a thing again, the stay at home order, all that stuff in California. So it doesn't really affect me, you know. Like my training has been going really good. My training partners, we set them from the beginning, so I have them all ready, and we've been preparing really good. And there's just literally like 2.5 weeks left, so nothing left, and I just can't wait to go in there and rock and roll. We've been preparing for this guy since January, so I'm prepared.
Yeah, does it feel like an extra long training camp for Brunson?
Yeah, it feels like extra long training camp, but you know, like we had some in between those training camps, we had breaks and stuff too. So of course with the coronavirus, but I feel it's like the best I felt in the training camp. Honestly, like my training, like my numbers on my like sprints and my bike and stuff I've been hitting is like the highest I've ever hit. So I'm coming in really good shape.
And looking at Derek Brunson from a style perspective, he's got obviously good stand-up. He's a good wrestler. How do you look at this fight from a style perspective?
Yeah, he's the way I see it, he has a lot of experience. You know, he's fought a lot of the top guys in the division, including the champion. And he mixes his style up. You know, sometimes he fights a little more defensive, sometimes he's more explosive. So, and he has good wrestling, and like his striking, I believe, is a little more like wild striking, so like explosive, you know, he'll explode in the moment. So I'm prepared for that. You know, we've been sparring good and wrestling really good. So yeah, I'm ready for whatever comes my way, whether he's going to be fighting, because recently he kind of like has been a little more defensive, and before that he was more explosive. So whatever way he comes at me, I've been prepared for.
Training camp, we talked about it's basically since been January, but you mentioned you had some breaks in between. So after the last break, how has that training camp looked to this fight? Like, how have you structured it?
Honestly, what we do is always we have a 8-week training camp. So when we get 8 weeks, my coach Edmen structures it like he does all like the scheduling and everything. So like for me to just like show up to training and have it all handled, you know. He says this day is sparring, we go to sparring. He does this day grappling, wrestling, that day's strength and conditioning, morning. Yeah, let's say Edmen like takes care of all that.
Yeah, no, it's obviously a great coach. Who have you been working with as far as training partners? I'm sure your brother Leon has been in there with you. Who else are you getting to work with?
My brother Leon, and then we got a couple guys at the gym. You know, there's a one lighter guy, Melsik. He's also Melsik Ragnarsson. He's lighter, but he's going to be preparing for. He's gonna fight in the Contender Series soon, so look out for him. You know, he's one of the lighter guys in the gym. He trains with us, but like specifically, there's a couple guys my coach brings in, you know, for sparring and stuff like that, that are big bodies for me, you know, and southpaws preparing for Derek Brunson.
And I know your coach also brings in some boxers as well. Did you get to work with any of them for
Yeah.
this camp?
Yeah, we did.
That's cool because you don't get that in every camp, right? And I know being in California, you do get a lot of pro boxers. How much of an advantage is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's a big time advantage, you know, because there's a lot of high level boxers in California, so in Los Angeles. So it's cool to have that, and yeah, it just helps me even more, you know.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. How's the weight cut going ahead of this fight?
Good. Weight cut's really good. You know, my weight's good right now. I'm actually like over what I'm like. I'm not over.
You're
like,
under. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Under. Yeah, I'm under like what I'm supposed to be originally. But I feel good. I feel strong, healthy, fast, and yeah, I'm just itching to fight already.
No pizza. Staying away from that. Just watching Dave Portnoy's videos instead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I miss the pizza. I miss the pizza and pasta. I'm like, after my fight, no doubt I'm gonna be unloading on those.
Yes, yeah, no, that's awesome. How do you see the fight playing out? I mean, knockouts have been your thing the last couple fights. We've seen Brunson get knocked out, but it's usually against sort of the high level guys like Izzy. How do you envision the fight playing out?
I envision the fight playing out. You know, I want to be like I always say, like after each of my fights, I want to like go into the next fight better than the last fight, you know, and I do believe that I'm a lot better than my last fight, you know, like as far as skill wise. I want to showcase a lot of my skills and go out there and like be dominant and like show my skill that I've shown a little bit of skill in the octagon, but like I haven't shown a lot of what I can do, you know. I'm capable of a lot more, and hopefully I get to show that even more this fight. That's what I want to do. I want to just showcase my skills and put on a really good performance.
Big fight in the division. I mean, I mentioned it there. You know, Brunson's fought sort of the who's who in the middleweight division, and it seems like if you beat him, you get closer to that title shot. Is that sort of what you think, that you're maybe a win or two away, especially if you finish Brunson here?
Definitely. Of course, not overlooking Brunson, but yeah, I think a win over him puts me in like the top 5 position to fight.
And if you come out of this unscathed, I imagine you want to get another fight in this year, just because you know you had a bit of a gap in between the last fight and this one.
Yeah, for sure. After this fight, I would love to get in there again, and by the end of the year, no doubt.
Okay, that sounds good. Have you been watching this? Obviously, you know, with sports is not going on right now, so I don't know if you've been watching the Barstool stuff with Dave Portnoy doing the stock trading. Have you seen this? Have you been watching those videos?
I watch it like here and there, but more of the pizza reviews I watch.
Yes, same here. Did you see him eat the watermelon yesterday? That was hilarious.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's him and this kid. They're trying to eat watermelon together. I thought that was pretty good. Any? Are you going to be doing any more vlog stuff? I know Gabe's been working with you a little bit. Our mutual friend. You guys doing a lot more of that, because I think that's great. It's a really good insight into like your personal life and everything. You like doing it though, right?
For sure. Yeah. I've been recording myself a lot more and like my trainings and stuff. So I just need to like work with an editor real quick and to put it all together and to see like what we can do, you know, like make like a cool video.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome. Last question before I let you go. It looks like Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa, I think they're going to fight next. It seems the most logical thing, but it sounds like they want to put them on the Ultimate Fighter. Is that a show you'd ever want to coach on or ever be a part of? I don't know if you ever watched it when you were growing up.
No, yeah, I watched it when I was growing up. Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be like it'll be really cool to watch that, to coach that show and like be a part of it. That'll be a fun opportunity.
Maybe down the road, who knows? Because I know they like guys with personality, and you certainly got that as well. Do you think it'll be an entertaining show if Izzy and Costa are the coaches? Because I think Izzy's obviously a very personable guy.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very entertaining show because they don't like each other too. So that'll be even bigger of a build up for that fight.
Edmen, always appreciate the time, man. Glad we got to do this on Skype now, a little bit better quality. Always appreciate the time, man. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you, James. Just follow me, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Edmen Shahbazyan. That's pretty much it.